reaching the dreams that you want. And you know, maybe some of you have a business, but then it's remained there for some time now, and you want to inch it up, you want to make it grow, but it's stuck. And I'd like to speak to you, because maybe right now you're thinking to yourself, you know, why is it it's so hard, it's so difficult? Is there a better way? Is there an easier way? No one's guiding me. I don't have a mentor. I don't have a community of people that are there and have the same mindset. You know, I'm with people who don't understand what I'm doing, who don't appreciate the dreams that I have for my financial life. If you feel that way, and if you are stuck right now, I have good news for you. Hi, my name is Bo Sanchez. I am the founder of the Truly Rich Club, and I want to help you. You see, over the past years, we've been able to help employees have a sideline, have an extra income. We've been able to help people start businesses. We've been able to help people who were able to leave their jobs because their business began to thrive and expand and grow. We've been able to provide people with guidance, with mentorship, with teaching and not just that, not just like, you know, practical wisdom. We do that a lot, but we also inspire and encourage, because face it, there are times in your life, and you know this, when it's like everything is dark, and you just want to quit, you want to give up. That's our specialty. We're there, and we want to encourage and inspire you to do the right thing. You know what? Let me tell you a story. His name is Russell de la Cruz. You know, when he was a kid, he was already playing in a band with his family, and they were very, very good. Music was his passion and his love. He was 10 years old, but then this is what happened. You know, people started telling him, well, you know, as he grew up and he was supposed to choose his college degree, college course, you know, people were saying, well, there's no money in music, so just get something practical. And so what he did was he got into an engineering course, and it took him about 7 years for him to finish, because it was not his passion, and he was not interested, and his grades were not bad. Well, so finally, when he finished that college course, you know, of course, jobs were very difficult to get, and companies were not hiring him. So he became a cook in a particular business, and he tried to make it work, but after 8 years it was gone. And then he tried one more time. He started a food cart, you know, put his hard-earned savings and put it there. After 4 months, you know, it collapsed. It was bleeding. He went home and totally discouraged. And he was thinking to himself, what can I do now? Well, a day later, someone brought him to the Wealth Summit. He was seated there amidst this people who were hungry for wisdom and who were thinking in a different way. And he was looking around, and then speaker after speaker would stand on stage and answer his questions. And there, formulated in his mind, he said, I need to go back to my core gift, which was what? Music. He loved music, and he was good at music. He was good playing in a band. And then he realized, this is it. He was going to build a music school. As he was seated there in the Wealth Summit, you know, drinking in all the wisdom and the inspiration, the plan was formed in his mind. He was going to build that music school. But as he kept on listening to the speakers, he also heard that he cannot do it quickly, like right now. He needed experience. He also learned from the Wealth Summit that he needed to work in a business that he wanted to build. So he got himself a job in a music school, and he stayed there for 4 years learning everything he could. And after 4 years, he built his business. Today, that business is doing gangbusters. It's doing so well. And I was talking to Russell, and he was telling me, you know, it all started on that day in that wonderful event called the Wealth Summit. And I was listening to him, and I was saying, man, you know, let me be honest with you. There are so many people who come up to me. Okay, be honest with you, every day people tell me, "Well, you changed my life." You know, I hear those 4 words often, like every single day, people say, you changed my life. You know, I'm walking in a mall, people come up to me, you changed my life, you changed my life, you know. And then I listen to Russell, and he tells me the same thing in a more lengthened way, you know. But even if I hear it so often, it's still like fresh fuel to my heart. It's like, whoa, this is the reason why I wake up in the morning. This is the reason why we do what we do. This is why we organize events like the Wealth Summit. And I'd like to invite you there so that your questions will be answered, so that you will get guidance, so that you will get instruction, practical steps from people who, you know, who are living the dream that you have. You know, for you it's a dream, for them they've been living it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Can you learn from them? Of course you can. And I'd like you to go there. Wealth Summit 2018. And it's going to be powerful. It's going to be an amazing event. And the details are all below. I don't want you to miss it. I want you to experience what Russell experienced. We're gonna talk about lots of stuff. We're gonna talk about things like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You know, what's that? Is that something that I need to get into? Well, and how do you do that? We're gonna talk about, you know, there's another woman, Anne Pareni. She last year in the last Wealth Summit 2017, first time to be there. You know, she had a little business. It was based on turmeric, and the thing about it was that, listen, she was there and she pitched it, and mentors were there, and they were able to help her. Today it has grown. I'm so happy for Anne. I'm so happy for Russell. We're going to talk about, you know, all sorts of business. Airbnb, you know, hey, is that possible? I've got some an extra place, and oh, what if I partner with somebody who has an extra room and he doesn't like to do that stuff? Can I do that for him and earn? You know, we're gonna delve on those things, and I know there are a lot of ways by which. Here's the thing: this whole idea of the Wealth Summit 2018. Our theme is this: launch. How to create new and bigger income streams. I have two last messages for you. First, Wealth Summit 2018 can be an online experience. Meaning to say, if you cannot come here physically, like go to the Wealth Summit because, you know, you live in Timbuktu, you live in some part of the world where you can't come here, you can stay where you are and the Wealth Summit will go to you. Join us for the online experience from wherever, around the country, around the world, or you might be here in Manila but you cannot join us. You can still join us virtually. And there's an access, and you just choose that button and you will be with us, and you will have that same experience, and you will learn from the same speakers, from the same entrepreneurs, and you can change your financial destiny. Here's my second announcement. I really want you to make this decision now. I really want you to grab the ticket now. How and why? I'll give you two reasons. Number one, it's the lowest price now. If you wait for a few more days, the price will go up and the price will go up. You want to grab it now and save money. Here's number two. Second reason is this: I will give you a bonus, and this is a limited time only access to a bonus. You will not only get the Wealth Summit 2018 whole experience, but you will also get success. We call it Success Pack. It's 7 power conversations with inspiring entrepreneurs who will share with you their startup, how they started from scratch, how they grew their business, how they expanded, what's happening now in there, and you will get ideas here and there, and you will be inspired by and one of the things you're going to get is, hey, if this person did this and this person was able to do it, I can do it too. So this 7 power conversations will be available to you if you grab your tickets now, and for this limited time only. And I really want to see you there, so I just want to say it again. Come join me in Wealth Summit 2018, either physically or online. And change your financial destiny.
saved. We hold on to your promise that you will always be faithful. We hold on to your promise that you will always be by our side. We worship you tonight, Lord, and we just declare that our plans are to give you glory. Our plans are to give you honor. That everything we do, it is to honor and worship your amazing
happening now. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is here in this place. Amen? Can you tap 3 people around you? Tell that person, God is here. Your miracle is coming. Tell that person, your miracle is coming. Amen. Amen. Let's give the Lord a big hand once again. Thank you. Good evening. Are there any first-timers in the house? Can I see a raise of hands of the first-timers? Meron ba? Welcome to the feast. Sa mga first-timers, let me introduce myself. My name is Brother Jan Silan. I'm the feast builder. My name is Belvin Lim. I'm the feast builder of Feast S and Bigutan. And today I have the privilege to sub in and to preach on behalf of Brother Jan Silan. Kasi alam nyo naman, medyo busy ang feast builder ninyo. Next week, ikakasal na yan. Praise the Lord! Yung mga single dyan, buti po yung builder ko, ikakasal na. Okay lang, you're next. Amen? Yan, diba? Your miracle is happening in this place. Today, we are going to continue our series, Fullness. Can you say Fullness? Fullness. And we are going to have a powerful topic today, but before we do that, let's pray our favorite prayer here at the feast. All together, let's make the sign of our faith. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lift your hands and pray this with me all together. Today, I receive all of God's love for me. Today, I open myself to the unbounded, limitless, overflowing abundance of God's universe. Today, I open myself to God's blessings, healing, and miracles. Today, I open myself to God's word, so that I become more like Jesus every day. Today, I proclaim that I'm God's beloved, I'm God's servant, I'm God's powerful champion. And because I'm blessing the world in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's honor God's word. Thy word is the lamp unto my feet and the light unto my path. Brothers and sisters, we continue our series, Fullness, how to begin with the end in mind. In this series, we have been trying to harness the power of end, A and B, wherein we discuss 2 things that seem to be in contrary with one another. And here in this series, we are trying to marry the 2. Last week, sino sa inyo nandito last week? Sa kamay. Last week, we have a powerful talk wherein we have been marrying, we married goals and gratitude. And our one big message last week is return to the blesser. Sabi mo nga sa katabi mo yan, return to the blesser. Dalawang bagay ang mapupulot natin sa talk natin last week. First, we return to the blesser. We return to God with our goals, with our plans. Bakit? Para ma-synchronize natin yung plano natin, yung goals natin sa kagustuhan ng Diyos. Because if our plans are aligned with God's plans, you will be unstoppable. Amen? That's number 1. Number 2 is this. We return to the blesser to give thanks for what God has done for us as we journey toward our goals. Kaya naman kahit na napakalayo pa ng pangarap mo, napakalayo pa ng dream mo, napakalayo pa ng goal mo, we still have this tendency to be grateful. Why? Because we know God has been delivering us every step of the way. Amen? Return to the blesser. But today, our talk is entitled Self-Love and Selflessness. Babalansehin natin yung dalawang bagay na yan. And today, our one big message is quite simple. Be loved. Can you tell the person beside you, be loved? Be loved. Be loved. And our word for today comes from Matthew 22:36 to 39. Can you read this with me? All together, let's read what's on the screen. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Pagtuunan natin yung last line. Love your neighbor as yourself. You see, pag binasa natin yan, ito yun yung topic natin, self-love and selflessness. Alam niyo, pag pinag-usapan natin self-love at selflessness, automatically feeling natin there are two things that are contradicting each other. But you see, the Word of God tells us no. Hindi. In fact, they are actually one and the same. They are two sides of the same coin. And in the verse that we have just read, ano sinasabi doon? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Ibig sabihin, the degree to which you can love others relies on how much you love yourself. Do I hear amen? Diba? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Eh. Hindi naman love yourself as you love your neighbor. So, if you want to become more loving to others, sino sa inyo dito gustong bumait? Gustong mas maging mapagmahal? Kumunti ang kaaway? Sige nga, nasa kamay. Yung iba talaga ayaw makipagbati. Gusto pala ako eh. Diba? If you want to be a more loving person, you need to start loving yourself. Amen? Sino sa inyo dito nakasakay na sa aeroplano? Taas nga ang kamay. Ayan. Sa mga nakasakay na sa aeroplano, di ba? Di ba, before take-off, merong mga safety reminders. Tapos yung flight attendant, biglang sasabihin, in the event of emergency, an oxygen mask will automatically drop in front of you. If you're traveling with a companion, a child, or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first, and then assist the other person. Tama, di ba? You see, simple lang itong safety reminder nito, but I believe it's full of wisdom. Bakit? Ganun din sa buhay. Bago ka tumulong sa iba, tulungan mo muna ang sarili mo. Bago mo pa makayanang magmahal ng iba, mahalin mo muna ang sarili mo. Amen? Maraming mga single lumalapit sa akin, nangihingi ng advice bagong breakup daw sila, sinasabi sa akin, brother, when is the best time para ako'y maghanap ulit ng bagong boyfriend o girlfriend? Sa akin, sinasabi ko sa kanya, bilis mo na makamove on. Yung agad ang iniisip mo sa akin, magpagaling ka muna. You need to love yourself first, let other people love you. Bakit? Kasi kapag sira ka, papunit-punit pa yung puso mo, ay ako, magdadamay ka pa ng ibang tao. Di ba? Hindi lang ikaw yung sira. Pag nag-boyfriend ka na girlfriend ka ng iba, yung hindi sira, masisira mo dahil sira. Nagdamay ka pa. Bakit? You need to love yourself first. In other words, you cannot give what you don't have. Amen? Hindi mo kayang ibigay yung malakang. Today, my dear brothers and sisters, my prayer is this, that we may receive the gift of love today, especially self-love, so we can be selfless to others. Amen? Be loved today. Let's pray, brothers and sisters. Close your eyes, bow down your heads, put your hands towards your chest, and say this prayer after me. Father in heaven, thank you for bringing me here today to encounter you once again. May we receive your love so we can share it to the people you have called us to love and serve. This I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Today we are talking about self-love and selflessness. Tingnan mo nga yung katabi mo. Mukha bang puno ng pagmamahal yan? O mukhang natsampo yung mukha niya? Kailangan ng konting pagmamahal. Guess what? Kung yung katabi mo laging stress sa trabaho, laging bad trip, he or she came to the right place. Bakit dito sa feast, pupunuin kayo ng mga tao ng pagmamahal? Amen? Yan. You will be loved here at the feast. But let me begin with my talk proper. Question. Nangyari na ba sa inyo ito? Yung may nawawala kayong gamit? Sino nangyari na sa inyo? May nawawalang gamit? Tapos, Lalo na yung paalis kayo ng bahay, yung gano'n, di ba? Nagmamadali ka, papasok ng office. Ngayon, wala kang gamit, tapos hanap ka ng hanap sa buong bahay, binaligtad mo na yung sofa, binaligtad mo na yung mesa, binaligtad mo na yung kama, only to realize, nasa bulsa mo lang pala all this time. Nangyari na sa inyo yun? Di ba? Signs of aging ng tawag dyan. But you see, dala-dala mo, nakalimutan mo lang. Kaya dumami ang problema mo. You see, kalimot, forgetfulness, that is the start of most of our problems. Do you believe in that? Kalimot, that is the start of stress. Nakalimutan mong meron kang deadline. Noong the moment na naalala mo meron kang deadline, hindi ka na maganda-ugaga, na-stress ka na, nahasal na buong tao sa'yo. Bakit? Kalimot. Kalimot. That is also the start of sin. For example, may asawa ka na, may girlfriend ka na, sundo mo sa office, nakita mo yung opisina mo, sobrang sexy talaga, sobrang bango ba, tapos naka-plunging neckline siya hanggang puso. Gano'n. So ikaw, na-tempt ka, di ba? Lumabas kayo, tapos yung paglabas ko, maya-maya, may something na kayo, may date na kayo, nagkasala ka. Bakit? Nakalimutan mo, may asawa ka na, may girlfriend ka na. Kalimot. That is the start of sin. Kaya, sa office, meron nakakalat dyan na cellphone, iPhone 10. Dual SIM, di ba? China phone pala yung dual SIM. Dinampot mo, pagdampot mo, pinulsa mo, di ba? Tapos, maya-maya naalala mo, hindi pala sa akin to. Bakit? Nagnakaw ka na, bakit kalimot? Yan ang problema. And you see, my dear friends, when loving others and loving yourself, that's our problem. It's all about forgetfulness. Ako naniniwala ko that you can never love too much. Hindi mo pwedeng masyado mo kasing mahal sarili mo, kaya masyado mong mahal ang ibang tao. No, you can never love too much. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself so much. But never ever forget to love others. Kalimot ang kalaban eh. There's nothing wrong as well with loving others so much. But never ever forget to love yourself. Bakit? Yan ang problema natin. Makakalimutin tayo. And you see, self-love and selflessness, you need both of these things. Hindi pwedeng isa lang. Hindi pwedeng puro lang sarili. Hindi rin pwedeng puro lang sa iba. Bakit? Kasi ito ang mangyayari sa inyo. Dalawang bagay ang mangyayari sa inyo kapag nakalimutan nyo at na-neglect nyo yung self-love or selflessness. First thing that can happen to you is this. Number one, when you are too focused on others and you forget yourself, you will be drained. Sabihin nyo nga, drained. Yun ang mga katabi mo, mukha bang drained? Diba? Tuesday pa lang, mukhang Friday na yung mukha. Diba? Minsan ka, Monday ng umaga pa lang, kala mo, tapos na yung linggo eh. Matidrain ka kapag nalimutan mo mahalin yung sarili mo. Naalala ko to when I was still the singles ministry head of Feast Alabang. And a lot of single people, they come up to me, ask advice, nangihingi, papakounsel, and then may lumapit sa akin ang pangalan si Ana. Sabi sa akin ni Ana, Brother Belden, meron akong problema. Meron akong kidney problem. Kailangan akong operahan sa kidney. Kailangan natang bato. Sabi ko sa kanya, ba't hindi mo pa-opera? Sabi niya ganito, kasi hindi ko mapagamot yung sarili ko. Kasi lahat ng pera ko pinapadala ko sa probinsya. Sabi ko, ba't hindi ko para sa sarili ko? Sabi, hindi bro, kasi ako lang yung inaasahan ng buong pamilya ko. And sabi ko sa kanya, ba't hindi mo sabihin na kulang yung, ito lang kinikita ko, na hindi talaga aabot, kailangan mo magpagpun. Sabi niya, hindi bro, hindi mo naiintindihan. Kasi yung nanay at tatay ko, ang akala nila dahil nasa Maynila ako, sobrang laki ng sweldo ko. Kapag sinasabi ko yung totoong value ng sweldo ko, ayaw nila maniwala, feeling nila nagtatago ako. So minsan, umaabot sa punto na nangungutang pa ako para lang meron akong maidagdag na padala sa kanila. Grabe. Ang saklap. Ano, nagdurog yung puso ko. No? You know what I told Ana? Sabi ko sa kanya, Ana, alam mo, ito lang mapapayo ko sa iyo. You need to tell them the truth. Sabihin mo yung tunay na nagaling mo. If they won't believe you, please set aside money for yourself. Sabihin mo sa kanila, Mami, Daddy, ito lang talaga kaya kong ibigay ng ganitong amount lang. Kundi, mamamatay ka. Ay, ako, sigurado ko, patay ka. And you see, alam niyo anong sagot niya? Sabi ni Ana, sabi niya, Belden, kasi nagigilty ako. Tapos sabay biglang sa akin, di ba sabi ni Lord sa Bible, deny yourself and take up your cross? Aba, pinutan na ako ng Bible. Tama naman, di ba? Deny yourself and take up your cross. So ako, patay tayo dyan, pinutan na ako ng Bible verse. Tama naman yung sinasabi. So, ito yung kinong niya. Babasahin natin ha. If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Tama eh. So, may punto siya eh. Di ba? But you see, deep in my heart, sabi ko, there's something wrong with this kind of thinking. So, when I was there, syempre, may mga ganyang moments na, di ba, mabubulaga ka. And as a counselor, ako talaga pagka ganyan ang ginagawa ko, hindi ako malalim, Lord, give me wisdom. Hindi ko alam paano ito sasagutin. And while I was praying, thankfully, the Lord gave me the proper and correct answer. Alam niyo, ito yung sinabi ko sa kanya. Pakinggan niyo ha. Sabi ko sa kanya, you cannot deny yourself and follow Jesus if there's no self in the first place. Did you get that? You cannot deny. Sige, parapakan natin si Lord. Okay mo? You cannot deny yourself and follow Jesus if there's no self in first place. Brothers and sisters, self-love is essential to selflessness. Balik tayo din sa oxygen mask analogy. You need to secure yourself first before you can help other people. Sa Tagalog, unahin mo muna ang sarili mo. Ito ang problema. Maraming mga tao sasabihin sa iyo, dahil pinuna mo sarili mo, selfish ka, makasarili ka. But no, I believe this is not selfish. This is self-love, not selfishness. Magkaibang bagay kasi yung selfishness at yung self-love. Let me differentiate the two for you. Magkaiba yan eh. Ito ang kaibahan. Selfishness seeks to be filled for oneself. But self-love seeks to be filled for others. Kaya mo gustong alagaan ang sarili mo. Kaya mo gustong suotin yung maskara na yun. Kaya mo gustong i-secure yung sarili mo. Bakit? Para in turn, matulungan mo yung mas nangangailangan sa iyo. That's why self-love is essential. Why? Because sa buhay, no matter how good and selfless your intentions are, kung naghihigaws ka at hindi ka na makahinga sa buhay mo na maayos na mag-isa, both of you won't make it kahit natulungan mo. And in the end, hindi mo rin sila natulungan. Bakit? Kasi wala ka namang itutulong. Do I hear ng amen? Diba? Pero ito gusto kong sabihin sa inyo. Mabuti yan, self-love. Okay, sige. Kaya take that vacation. Yung iba kasi, 15 days yung vacation nyo, VL ninyo, 5 lang yung gagamitin ninyo. Gamitin nyo lahat. Bakit? Take that vacation. Akyat kayo ng mundo, sumigaw kayo doon. Magburakay kayo. Hindi ko alam, alis kayo. Magpamasahe ka, mahalin mo yung sarili mo. Pero kung gusto ko sabihin sa'yo, huwag ka lang titigil doon. Dahil ang buhay hindi lang tungkol sa pagbigay ng comfort sa sarili mo at pagmamahal sa sarili mo. Huwag kang titigil doon. Bakit? Kasi kung sa aeroplano, nakamaskara ka, nasuot mo yung oxygen mask mo, buhay ka, praise God! Pero kung patay naman lahat nasa paligid mo dahil hindi mo tinulungan, you will live a miserable life. Dahil cargo mo lahat yung mga yun. Hindi mo tinulungan. At naiintindihan sinasabi ko, self-love is needed for selflessness. In fact, tingnan natin ang buhay ni Jesus. Jesus himself knew that self-love is needed. You see, Jesus is the most selfless person that we could ever imagine. Tingnan nyo na lang yung krus, siya talaga yan. Siya talaga lahat ibinigay niya, walang tinira sa sarili. Pero alam niyo yung self-love eh. If you are going to look at the Gospels, after niya meron siyang ministry work, nag-preach siya, naggamot siya, he raised the dead. Alam niyo, afterwards, makikita niyo ang movement ni Jesus sa Gospel. After meron siyang heavy ministry, anong gagawin niya? He will go to a deserted place, to a quiet place, to relax, to pray, to commune with the Father. Bakit? Uhugot siya ng pagmamahal. Dun sa Diyos na mahuhugot siya ng energy. Kailangan niya mag-recharge. Bakit? Para makapag-serve sa ibang tao. Naintindihan yung sinasabi ko? Self-love is needed. And you see, that's the first thing. Magkakaroon ng imbalance when you are just focused on loving others, but you forget yourself. That's the first one. Number 2 is this. The second problem. When you are too focused on yourself, and you forget others, you will decay. Can you say decay? Sa Tagalog, mabubulok ka. Maaagnas ka. Tingnan mo nga yung katabi mo. Sabi ko lang, tingnan mo. Muskahan ka. Bulok mo. Gusto kong imagine nyo ngayon, yung refrigerator nyo sa bahay. Sino sa inyo may refrigerator sa bahay? Yung iba wala pag-pray natin sa mga ng refrigerator. Diba? Sa mga may ref sa bahay, gusto kong imagine nyo for a while, i-picture nyo yung laman ng refrigerator nyo. Pumalakpak kayo kapag meron kayo nitong mga sasabihin kong bagay. Ready? Sige, imagine nyo yung ref ka. Number 1. Meron ba kayong ketchup mula sa Jollibee, Pizza Hut, McDo, o Shakey's? Pilipino talaga. Number 2. Meron ba kayong sa refrigerator ninyo gulay o prutas na tuyong-tuyo na? Madalas kalamansiyan, yan ang kailiwan. Sile, yung gano'n. Pwede nyo gawin pepper flakes ng yellow up yung sile ninyo sa sobrang tagal. Yung ganyan. Eto ba? Meron ba kayo sa refrigerator nyo tirang ulam na more than 1 week na? Diba? Yes, brother. Buffet na nga eh. Ang dami ng choices. Diba? Sa mga nagtaas ng kamay, diba? Kayo na-realize nyo, anong sinasabi nyo? Sayang. Diba? Una, sayang yung pagkain. Pangalawa, sayang yung ref nyo. Diba? Parang gulog lang pala nilalagay nyo sa loob ng ref. Sana hindi ka na kayo bumili ng ref. Yung gano'n, why am I sharing this to you? Because your life is a big refrigerator. Hindi pwedeng nandun lang yung pagkain. Hindi pwedeng nandun lang yung biyahe sa inyo habang buhay. Kailangan yung ilabas, kailangan yung ihain, kailangan yung iserve sa ibang tao. Otherwise, you will be miserable. Because selfish people are miserable people. Bakit sila miserable? Yung mga tao puro sila, puro pakabig na lang ng pakabig. They are miserable. Why? Because no matter how blessed they are, they will never be happy because they just keep it for themselves. And ito ang masama. They think, some people, selfish people, they think na dapat sa kanila lang yung biyaya. Yung iba, hindi. Yung samahin, hindi dapat nabibiglas na ako dito. Buti ako eh. Ganun. And that's crazy. And that's living a miserable life. In fact, in the Bible, one day Jesus told a fascinating story. The story of the prodigal son. Sino familiar sa story of the prodigal son? Ilang son ang meron nandun? Dalawa, di ba? Yung prodigal son, personally, that's my favorite story in the Bible. Kung meron mang magsasum up ng buong Biblia, for me, the prodigal son is siya ang one big message ng buong Bible. Kaya yan ang pinaka-paborito kong story. Pag hinimay mo yan, isang buong retreat yan. Overnight retreat. Ganun ka-rich ang prodigal son. But today, in this family drama yung scene na yun prodigal son. People, they tend to focus on the younger son. Tama ba? Siyempre, siya yung nilusta yung pera, inuwa yung mana, tapos nagpakalayo-layo, tapos nung nagutom na siya, nung wala na siya makain, bumalik siya. And, natural, yun ang mafafocus. Bakit maraming mga taong makasalanan? It just shows how God is merciful. Yun ang focus. But the story has 2 parts. And today, I'd like to talk about the other part, which is the older son. And I would like to focus on the second part, yung after umuwi, yung prodigal son, anong nangyari? Yung tatay niya nagpa-feast, nagpa-party para dun sa kanyang anak. At nung nagpa-party na siya, ito na, yung elder son umuwi galing ng trabaho. At ito yung nangyari. Basahin natin. Let's read from Scripture. Luke 15:25-31. Sabi dito, meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. Your brother has come, he replied, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound. Ano daw yung narinig nila? He heard music and alam niyo kung ano yung narinig nila ng music? Kalimutan mo na yan, sige, mag-iba. Kaya nagalit yung elder son eh. Ako galit na rin ako, isang linggo ko lang napapakinggan yan sa utak ko eh. Listen yung kapatid mo umuwi na. Tapos yung tatay mo pinapatay yung pinakamatabang baka. Di ba? Pwede naman. Umuwi yung tatay mo, nagpa-party siya, pero yun, naggatong pa. And let me give you a background. In those times, in Jesus' time, yung pinakamatabang baka reserved lang yan for special occasions, kasal, yung pasamalaking okasyon. Tapos ito umuwi lang yung gusgusin niyang kapatid, pinakain. Kaya nagigit-git din ito. Itong older son. Let's continue. Let's read it. Ito na. The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father. Itong part na ito, kumbaga, sa MMK, maalaala mo kaya, dito kukunin na yung title. Ganon ka-crucial, ganon ka-drama itong episode na to, ha? Itong sequence na ito. Kaya gusto ko namin niyo yung mga salita. Anong sabi niya doon sa tatay niya? Lumabas yung tata. Nagbumbok-bok siya nandun. Sabi nitong, he answered his father. Sabi niya, look! All these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Grabe, di ba? Tapos let's continue. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him. Tagalogin natin para mas madrama, maramdaman yung MMK episode. Mas maganda to sa Tagalog, ha? Ayan. Balik tayo doon sa previous slide, di ba? Tagalogin natin, look! Tingnan mo! Ditong mga nakaraang taon, inaalipin ko ang sarili ko at never kong sinuway ang mga utos mo. Grabe, di ba? Madamdami. Tapos, ano sabi niya? Pero minsan, hindi ka man lang nagpapatay ng kambing. Pangulutan naming barkada ko. Tama, I can celebrate with my friends. Okay? Pero ito maganda. Ano sabi niya? When this son of yours, tingnan mo, this son of yours, hindi, but when my brother, Tagalogin natin ha, anong sabi niya? Pero nung itong magaling mong anak, nakita niyo, talagang grabe yung emosyon. Bumalik at nilustay lahat ng mga ari-arian mo para sa mga kalpating mababang lipat. Parang wala ng power yung episode, yung scene, no? Pinapatay mo yung pinakamatabang baka para sa kanya. And you see, gusto ko sanang pagtuunan niyo ng pansin. Let me give you a context of this story. Mahalaga kung kailan sinabi ni Jesus ito sa Gospels. Let me give you a context. Kailan sinabi at kinwento ni Jesus itong parable of the prodigal son? In fact, if you're going to look at the Gospels, the verse in the passage before this, the story before this was when right after when the tax collectors and sinners were gathering around Jesus, and the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, they were complaining to Jesus, bakit siya kumakain kasama niya mga makakasalanan na yan? At yun ang context nun. So this was actually Jesus' reply to the Pharisees and the teachers of the law. At malamang, ang pinatutungkulan niya, hinahalin tulad niya yung Pharisees, yung teachers of the law, dun sa older brother. Do you get what I'm saying? Bakit? Because during that time, to have a meal with the sinners, with the tax collectors, it's declaring to the world that we're not just friends, we're family. Ay, kasanggang dikit ko ito. And notice the accusation of the older son. Parang yun yung hinahin ng mga Pharisees. Ano sabi niya? You know, all these years, I've been slaving for you. I've never disobeyed your orders. I was religious with everything that I'm doing. Tapos wala man lang ako tanggap na biyaya. You see, imagine this. During Jesus' time, imagine a religious Pharisee who has been serving for 25 years. Pina-follow niya yung Torah, yung Book of Moses and the Old Testament to the letter. Yung talagang lahat nun, sinusunod niya, lahat ng mga batas na. Nagtatay siya faithfully, talagang grabe. Sa batas, sinusunod niya lahat. He's going to the temple, nagsisimba ngayon. Sumusunod na siya kay Jesus. Pero today, yung Pharisee na yun, nakita niya, si Jesus katabi, yung kapitbahay niya, hindi naman Pharisee, hindi religious. Yung kapitbahay niya, chismosa. Yung kapitbahay niya, makasalanan. Kaya hindi nila matanggap. For the past 25 years, lahat ng kasalanan, yung kapitbahay niya, sinuyod lahat ng kasalanan. Tapos niya kasama ni Jesus, mangera na, girl, yung tatlong yan, di ba? Pinapalaking kasalanan ng babae. It's unfair! But hey, don't we sometimes feel like the older son? Na-feel niyo na ba yun? Unfair? Yung binigay mo na yung lahat, ikaw pa yung nasisi. Yung nasa trabaho ka, ikaw yung madasalin, ikaw yung nag-feast every Tuesday, minsan nag-Wednesday ka pa dito kay brother dyan. Tapos yung mga kaibigan mo, mga kasama mo doon, ikaw yung ikaw yung OT ng OT. Yung hindi ka na nga magka-boyfriend dahil puro OT ka na lang eh, di ba? Tapos, yung mga kasama mo sa trabaho, tamad, puro kalokohan, puro kung ano-ano kasalanan ng ginagawa, sila pa yung mapopromote. Tapos ikaw nga, di ba parang minsan, it's a valid concern, Lord, bakit gano'n? Ako may babae, bakit salbahe ko eh? Daya, bakit gano'n? Unfair! But let me tell you this, you don't need to feel guilty because that's a natural human emotion. Binasa nyo rin yung prodigal son, parang fair nga naman. O nga naman, pwede pinapatay. Batang bata para sa kanya. Doon pa pinapatay. But you see, anong sagot ng tatay? Tingnan natin. The answer of the father is brilliant. Sabi ng father, my son, the father said, you are always with me and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Ano sabi niya? You are always with me. Ano sinasabi ng tatay dito? When the father was saying, you are always with me, the father was saying, son, it's not the rewards, but the relationship that matters. Minsan nagre-reklamo tayo kay Lord, ang daya eh. Bakit gano'n? Ako, faithful lang sa'yo. Tapos yung kayo na-promote, yung kayo mabuti yung buhay. Ako, bakit ang buhay ko? Bakit gano'n? Because sometimes we miss the point. The point of our faith is not to get the grace, it's not to get the blessings, it's not to get the rewards. The point of our faith is to strengthen our relationship with our God. Because if you have God, you have everything. Kaya sabi ng tatay, everything I have is yours. Kasama ko ako dito eh. Nandito tayo sa isang bahay. Lahat sa'yo yan. Gusto mo mag-party, go! Lahat ibaluto mo. Gusto mo ng manok, papatayin mo yung manok. Gusto mo ng kambing, papatayin mo yung kambing. Gusto mo ng baka, papatayin mo yung baka. Gusto mo ng yakol, kumuha ka sa ref. Isa lang request ng tatay. Huwag mong i-play yung kalimutan mo na yan. Ayaw din ng tatay. Sobrang mahal niya lang yung younger son, kaya pinayagan niya si ex-batalyo mo. But you see, brothers and sisters, that's the problem of selfish people. Anong problema ng mga taong maramot? Selfish people, they only focus on what they should get and what they have been doing to get what they want. Yun lang yung focus natin. Nagtatrabaho ko eh. Ito ginawa ko eh. Bakit wala akong reward? Sa Tagalog, puro sumbat. Selfish people. Kaya the moment na nanumbat ka, alam mo na, ay, teka lang. Pag nanumbat na, parang it's a loser's game. It's a loser's game. Bakit ang puro sarili mo lang nakikita mo eh. Diba? But you see, haven't you noticed that? Let's go back to the story. Haven't you noticed the elder son, nasan siya? Ang party nasa loob, nasan siya? Nasa labas. Hindi pa siya pumapasok ng bahay. Therefore, hindi pa niya nakikita yung kalagayan ng kapatid niya. Tama? Kaya ang focus niya lang, kaya na faithful ako dito ah. But you see, I believe, had the older son, kung nakita niya yung kapatid niya, siguro payat na payat, siguro gusgusin, siguro sobrang amoy putok na siya, sobrang dumi, sobrang bara, parang narang-rate na gano'n. Ay siguro, siya na unang mismo nagsabi na ano, papatay na natin yung baka. Ikaw amay. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's the problem when we focus on ourselves too much and we forget others. That's the thing with Hindi mo nakikita na nasaktan din yung kabilang tao. Ang nakita mo, ikaw napagod. Ang hindi mo nakita, napagod din yung kabilang tao. That's why nalulungbat ka. Kaya mahirap eh. Sino dito sa inyo may asawa na? Asa na? Meron na. Sa mga may asawa na, nag-away na ba kayo ng asawa ninyo? Kami kasi ng misis ko, hindi kami nag-aaway. Kapag holy ka, hindi kayo nag-aaway. Nagpapakayan kami. Hindi. Kami ng misis ko, madalas din kami mag-aaway. Madalas talaga. And we're not exempted. And you see, last week, nag-aaway kami ng misis ko. We just had our baby a few months ago. 9 months old yung baby namin, our first baby. So for 2 years, we've been waiting for the baby. So for 2 years, sanay kaming dalawa lang. Ang saya ng buhay. And mahal na mahal yung misis ko, mahal na mahal rin ako. And kami, we have this ritual, ang pagising sa umaga, muna kong gagawin, yayakapin ko yung misis ko, hahalikan ko siya, sasabihin ko sa kanya, I love you. Ang sarap, di ba? Diba? Pero, nung nagkaroon kami ng anak, our whole world has changed. Lalo pa yung anak namin nasa gitna na namin. Alam to ng mga may asawa. Nasa gitna na namin. Yung dating ritual ko na kikiss ko yung misis ko, hindi ko na magawa. Bakit? May nakaharap eh. Ang hirap na makabutin mo. Di ba? Tapos minsan, na-try ko yakapin siya, bago pa siya yakapin, uy, magigising yung anak mo. Yung ganon. So, talagang sabi ko, ba't ganon? So, kami, nag-iba yung buhay namin. Bakit suddenly, our love for each other somehow was refocused and rechanneled to our baby. And somehow, as a husband, I felt that, kulang na sa akin yung misis ko. Bakit ganito? Hindi na kami ganun pa-sweet. Bakit ganito? Parang puro na lang anak namin. And so, out of being vulnerable and being honest with my feelings, sinabi ko sa misis ko, sabi ko sa kanya, alam mo lang, parang minsan feeling ko kulang na tayo sa time para sa isa't isa. Parang hindi mo na ako masyadong mahal, parang hindi ko na nakakamit ang ganyan. So, syempre, tao lang din, kailangan din ng pagmamahal at kalinga, di ba? Ano naman, yakapin ko na lang sa sarili. Sayang naman, nag-asawa pa ako, hindi nang ginastos ko sa kasal, tapos sarili. So I was expecting empathic and very merciful response. Instead, ito nakuha ko sa asawa ko. Grabe ka naman! Hindi mo kasi naiintindihan mo rin nararamdaman ko. Ang hirap-hirap kaya maging nanay. Di ba lahat na lang in-expect ng tao lahat? Gagawin ko ako si superwoman, mga ganyan. Di ba? Ikaw nagtatrabaho ka lang, ako nagtatrabaho, tsaka nag-aalaga ng anak. Hindi. So, ako naman, na-appreciate ko naman ang ginagawa. Sinasabi ko lang naman, kung pwede sana, magawa natin ng paraan yung ating marriage. Bakit? Kasi sinasabi ko sa kanya, pagkapuno tayong dalawa, may bibigay natin sa anak ko. Anyway, to cut the long story short, kung gabing yun, hindi kami nagbate. Away lang kami. So, tulog kami ng masamaan loob. So, ako, hirap-hirap po makatulog. So, the early morning, I woke up, and then the first thing that I do is, of course, I pray to God. I have my prayer time. And during my prayer time, I was really bothered. I was praying. Sabi ko, Lord, ba't gano'n? Bigat ang pakaramdam ko. Sabi ko, Lord, bakit gano'n? And sabi lang naman ako, sa alubig. Kaya ako din ang pagmamahal. Gano'n. But you see, kaya minsan ayaw ko magdasal eh. Pagkakaaway ko yung misis ko. Kasi alam ko na sasabihin ng Diyos eh. Uy, magpakumbaba ka. Mag-sorry ka na. Sige na, mauna ka na. Intindihin mo na siya. Kaya ayaw ko mag-pray. Minsan nagre-reklamo na ako. Lord, bakit ba ganun kasi? Iba mo naman yung schedule ng prayer time namin. Siya mauna bago ako. Para siya mauna. Di ba? Lagi na lang ako unang daya. Unfair. Ganun, di ba? Kaya ako, Lord, gusto ko lang magmalin niya ako. Ganyan. But you see, here's what I've realized. The Lord is telling me, sabi niya, intindihin mo na. Kasi hirap din yan eh. Hindi naman niya sinasadya na ineglect ako bilang asawa. It's just that, nag-iba. And because of that, when I saw her pain, when I saw her perspective, nakita ko yung pinanggagalingan niya, suddenly, the selfishness withered away from my heart. Bakit? Naiba yung perspective. Kaya siguro yung tatay, sinasabi dun sa older son, hey, but this brother of yours has come back. He was dead and is alive again. Anong sinasabi niya? Uy, maswerte ka nga, kasama mo. Pero yung kapatid mo, kawawa yun. At alam niya, pag nakita niya yung kapatid niya na makawawa yun, makakawa din yung kanyang anak. Hindi din sinasabi yun. And so when I was praying, here's what I realized, sabi ko, Lord, sige na, makikipagbati ba ako? Sabi ko, ganyan naman, daya mo naman, Lord, ako na naman magsusorry. But here's what I realized. If I don't, listen to this, if I don't humble myself and be loving, tingnan mo rin yung hindi makaka-function ng maayos sa buong araw. Ako yung walang peace of mind, walang peace of heart sa puso. At higit sa lahat, hindi ako makakatrabaho, hindi ako makaka-function. So in the end, sinong talo? Hindi ako din, pag hindi ako nagmahal. What's my point? So, anong ginawa ko? Bumaba ako. Kasi doon ako sa rooftop nag-prayer na pagbaba ako. Niyakap ka misis ko. Sorry. Pero syempre, may galit ka pa rin. Yung yakap ko. Kanya naman yung parang dinuduro ko yung buhay. Sorry ako. Pero talagang siya. Pero yung gano'n, sorry. Tapos we talk it out and then naayos kami. Then I had peace. Here's what I realized, and here's what I like to tell you today. Selflessness is the best way to love yourself. Kaya it's one and the same. Bakit? When we become selfless, we become more human. We become more of who we are. Kaya nga, di ba, naranasan nyo na ito, kapag mayroong namamalino sa inyo, sa FX, sa jeep, sa shuttle, sa kotse ninyo at kumatok, kaya member yan. Di ba, Teo? Siyempre, in your mind, minsan ginajustify nyo, hindi, ako, delikado yan, dapat wala sila sa streets, dapat, baka sindikato yan, ginagamit lang sila ng iba, baka mag-contribute pa ako sa child trafficking na yan. So, hindi mo bibigyan, tama? Minsan, hindi natin bibigyan. Pero the moment na umalis sila, di ba, meron kurot sa puso mo. Hindi ko bibigyan sa mga tao. That's precisely my point. Why? We need to be selfless. Why? Because God designed us to give. God designed us to be selfless. That's who we are. That's what becoming human is about. We're designed for selflessness. Amen? And you see, my dear friends, this talk is not about not loving yourself. Bawasan mo yung pagmamahal mo sa sarili mo, no. Hindi rin siya bawasan mo yung pagmamahal mo sa ibang tao, no. They are both good. Ang kailangan natin labanan is selfishness. And the root of selfishness is this, brothers and sisters, it's insecurity. Insecurity. Just like the elder son, we try to win God's love because in our minds, pinagtatrabahuan pa natin yung pag-ibig ng Diyos, yung biyaya ng Diyos. Bakit? Because we're not secure with our position in God's heart. Feeling natin God is playing favorites. Kaya nga yung older brother, he was selfish. Bakit? He was insecure. And all selfish people are insecure. Nakikipagkumpetensya siya sa younger brother. Meron kang kailangan gano'n, nakikipagkumpetensya sa inyo, hindi nyo naman kinukumpetensya. Yung mga tao yan, insecure yan, hindi issue sa sarili. Di ba, wala ka naman ginagawa, okay na kumpetensya. Nananahimik ako dito. Bakit hindi sila secure? Bakit gusto nila patunayan sa sarili na? Sila mas magaling, sila mas ganito dapat. And you see, the older brother is in fact accusing the father. You love my brother more than me? Bakit mo pinamatay yung baka sa akin? Hindi. Mas mahal mo siya. Hindi siya secure sa position niya, sa puso ng tatay niya. When in fact, lahat nandun sa kanya, sa tatay niya, para din naman sa kanya. Ang feeling ng older son, that the father's love is like a pie. Can you say pie? Pizza pie, egg pie, kung ano-anong tinapay, malaking pie. That if his younger brother gets a bigger slice, the older son will get a smaller slice. But you see, kapag gano'n ang thinking mo ng biyaya ng Diyos is malaking pie, na kapag nakakuha ng malaki yung iba, maliit na lang matitira sa inyo, that's scarcity thinking. Sabi nga, scarcity. Ano yung scarcity? Yung Yung kalaban na yung giant kingdom scarcity. Yung iba, hindi na-gets yung joke. So, dadating din sa inyo yan. That scarcity thinking. Why love? God's love is bigger than one pie. Why? He's the master baker. And if He wills it, He can bake a billion pies for you. Kaya sa akin, what do you do when you see someone being blessed? Tapos minsan feeling mo naiingit ka. Nagsuscroll ka doon sa newsfeed mo. Nakita mo yung jowa ng kaibigan mo. Buti pa sila nag-celebrate ng anniversary nila sa hotel. Kami, ito, wala lang, nakalimutan pa nga ako batiin. Ganun. Ay, yung kaibigan mo, ganda ng bago niyang LV na bagal yung LV, Louis Vuitton, yung gano'n. Sa text na, di ba? O yung kaibigan mo, ganda na ng bahay. O yung ganun, kaibigan mo, parang puro travel na lang around the world. Ba't nagtatrabaho? Ba't nakakaingit? Samantala ako dito, inaalila yung sarili ko dito. Pag naiingit ka lang, you see, here's my suggestion. Pag nakita mo yung ibang tao na be-bless, yung ibang kaibigan mo na be-bless, I want you to be excited. Sabihin mo sa katabi mo, be excited. Be excited. Listen to me, why do you need to be excited? Ask me why. Why? Because the God who blessed your friend is the same God who blesses you. So the next time you see him or her being blessed, it's God's way of saying you're next. You're next. You're next. Sabihin mo kami sa kanya, you're next! Naiingit ka dahil sa promotion ng katabi mo, sabihin mo sa kanya, you're next! Naiingit ka kasi ganda ng pogi ng jowa ng katabi mo, sabihin mo sa kanya, you're next! Naiingit ka, bakit nag-break na sila ng kaibigan mo, sabihin mo sa kanya, you're next! Parang ayaw nyo bigla. Be loved. Because if you have love in your heart, you can share it to others. Can I invite you to stand up? Is God speaking to you today? Yes. Praise God. Thank you, Lord. Let us go to the deeper root of selfishness. I believe, brothers and sisters, selfishness comes from fear. Selfishness comes from fear, takot. Kaya tayo natin ayaw magbigay sa ibang tao. Bakit takot tayo para sa sarili natin? Takot tayo magbigay ng pagmamahal kasi takot tayo na that no one will love us. We are afraid to give because we are afraid that our needs will not be met. We are afraid of our future. Baka maubusan ka, baka mawalan ka. But today, sa akin punta ka sa Diyos and be loved. Because just like the Father, He's telling you, everything I have is yours. Kailangan mo ng pagmamahal, punta ka sa Kanya. Pupunuin ka niya. You need to be loved. Why? The Word of God says, there is no fear in love. The perfect love casts out fear. When there's no fear in your heart, you can give, you can love, you can be selfless. Kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan, love your neighbor as yourself. And I want us to go back to our key verse, yung pinasa natin nung umpisa. Sabi dito, before you love your neighbor as yourself, meron munang nauna. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Anong sinasabi dito ng Diyos? Gusto mo magmahal sa iba? Gusto mo mahalin ng sarili mo? Punta ka muna sa Kanya. Siya muna unahin mo. When I was praying, mag-aaway kami ng misis ko, siyempre, normal lang, sabi ko, Lord. Sabi ko sa akin, Lord, mahalin mo na yung misis ko. Sabi ko, oh, mamahalin ko, alam mo naman. Pero sino magmamahal sa akin? Siya naman, sabi mo naman sa kanya, mahalin ako. Pero alam niyo, sabi sa akin ng Diyos, binulong niya sa akin, sabi niya, huwag mong intindihin yung trabaho mo, mahalin yung misis mo. Hindi niya mahalin pabalik, huwag ka mag-alala. Punta ka dito sa rooftop. Dasal ka, mamahalin kita. That's why prayer is powerful. You need this quiet place and time with God. Bakit? Kasi pag ubus ka na, huhugot ka muna sa Diyos para maibigay mo sa iba. Ulitin ko ang hugot, bigay. Hugot, bigay. Hugot, bigay. Hugot, bigay. Napansin niyo yung movement ko? Hugot, bigay. Di ba din yun? Yung cruise. Hugot, bigay. You need to get love from God so you can fill yourself and you can give to others. Sa akin, you can never. Sometimes we are like the elder son. We want to be good, so God. We want to be good, so God can be good to us. Akala natin, kaya mo ginagawa ito mabuti rito para mas mahalin ako ng Diyos, para mas magustuhan ako ng Diyos. But let me tell you this, you can never make God love you more or less. No sin can make God love you less. And no good deed can make God love you more. Why? Because God already loves you totally, completely, perfectly. How do I know? How do I know? How do I know? It's in the cross. Binigay na niya lahat para sa atin. I want you to look at the cross. He laid everything for you. The older son, tinatry niyang kitain yung pagmamahal ng tatay niya. Thinking na kapag ginawa niya lahat ng trabaho niya, makakali siya ng tatay niya. He thinks he needs to deserve that. Kailangan niya pagtrabahuan. But look at the cross. Did we do anything to deserve this? No. May utang pa nga tayo. What's the point? God is a gracious God. He's the King of grace. He gives His love freely. Di na kailangan pagtrabahuan. Di na kailangan kitain. Tatanggapin mo na lang. Be loved. Amen? And so today, brothers and sisters, as we worship this gracious God, I invite you to just open your hearts, close your eyes, and just embrace yourself like this. Imagine God embracing you today. And declare this truth today. Father in heaven, repeat after me, Father, I am totally, completely, perfectly loved by you. Declare it one more time. I am totally, completely, perfectly loved by you. One last time. Declare it. I am totally, completely, perfectly loved by you. In Jesus' name. Amen. Can you give an embrace to the people around you? Tell the person you are loved. Hugot, bigay. Hugot, bigay. Let God love you so you can love yourself and others. Amen? Let's give the Lord a big hand one more time. Thank you. Can we ask you to please be seated for a while as we hear some announcements? Pero bago mag-announce, mag-announce lang muna ako, mag-promote lang ako. I have launched this book a few months ago here at Feast Salcedo, and I'm asking you if you would like to buy a copy of my book. Bakit single ka pa rin? Mga kalokohang pinaniwalaan mo tungkol sa pag-ibig. And this is a perfect gift for your friends, lalo na may mag-Valentine's Day. Para dito sa sarili mo, mga kaka-break lang. At pinifigure out, bakit mga single pa rin ako? Maganda naman ako. And nagsuserve kay Lord. Sinasagot ng libro tong tanong na ito in a funny way, but it's full of impact, full of truth. And I hope that you will be blessed by this book. And dahil nandito ako sa Feast Salcedo ngayon, magbibigay ako ng libre ngayong araw na ito. Magbibigay ng libre autograph pag bumili kayo dun sa likod. Ayan, 200 pesos lang po dun po sa likod. Maraming salamat po. God bless you. Thank you, Brother Dan. Let's give a big hand to welcome them.
Nailasisip ako sa kantang yan, parang si Brother Velton. And I'm so honored to have brothers like that are willing to help and willing to preach. And I believe that the Lord spoke to us today. Amen. Makinig na lang katabi, nakinig ba siya sa talk na to? Ano kayang hugot niya? And while I was listening there, dun sa likod, and Brother Velton was talking about his wife, was talking about people that you have to love yourself, and then hindi lang puro love yourself, and then you have to also be selfless. I realized something. It's just this something, and I'm gonna share this tomorrow at the feast. One of the best gifts that you can give yourself is the gift of closure. One of the best gifts that you can give yourself is the gift of what? Closure. Ang mahirap kasi, kanina na-realize ko, grabe, no? Kasi minsan, pero tagal ko reaction ng mga 10 seconds after. Sometimes, you give that gift to another person. Mali. Pakisabi sa atin mali. You have to give that to yourself. And 2016, 2017 was over. 2018 is your year. Amen? Pakisabi nga sa atin, this is your year. Pwede rin sabihin, ito na yung bench. Yun na, diba? Ito na yung bench. Ito na yung taon na to. We want to welcome all those who come for the first time. Can we give them a big hand? Thank you so much for being here. This is the Feast Makati Salcedo. Brother Velton is Feast. Makambuti ka sabihin, Feast Makati Bikutan. Feast SM Bikutan every Sunday. And it's preaching the amazing word as well. And for those who come for the first time, we would like to invite you in that side. It's the first time at this corner. Marlon and Dave, they're gonna be there giving you a welcome gift. Next is this, I've announced this last week that we have a Jesus Encounter. This is like the Life of the Spirit seminar version of the Life of Jesus family. If you want to deepen your relationship with the Lord and get to know Him even more, there's a seminar like this available on February 17 from 8 a.m. to 5. Again, there's the registration fee of 200 pesos. If you're interested, there's a booth outside as well. There's a light group sign up there, the pink paper. I pray that you be part of it. be part of the light groups, and it will be amazing. Next, Through the Rich Club. Brother Bo announced it a while ago. There's a flyer there, Through the Rich Club flyer in your bulletins as well. For questions, there's a booth there at the back for your questions. Alright, now I want you to listen for the Salcedo schedule. Kasi maraming may foundation week na mangyayari for this iAcademy. And this is the schedule that we have so far. And take a picture, please, para na-update it kayo. And then we're gonna send this also to our social media. So today is January 23. So talk 2 ngayon, and then talk 2 again tomorrow. I'm gonna give that talk here tomorrow. And then next week, talk 3, January 30 and 31. So talk 3. Next is Feb 6, 7, and 13. There will be no feast. Alam mo ba na? Oh, grabe. Yan, update kayo ng 13 sa mga Makati. Then Feb 14, we'll have something very special here in this place. Yan, kami naman ang kadate mo on Feb 14. And it's very nice also because Feb 14 is Ash Wednesday and it's Valentine's Day. For Catholics, we're required to go to Mass that day. So I pray that you go to Mass early. And meeting 6:30 to 7:30, and go to Mass early because we have something very special here going on as well. And then, okay na yan. And then next, to Feb 20 and 21, we have a very special talk about loud. Bakit sabi ka loud? Yeah, it's the series of the whole month of Feb. I'm gonna make it one talk. And it's very beautiful. I've read the guidelines as well. Yeah, it's a special talk 20 and 21. It's a Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on February 27 and 28, Father Rap del Rosario, Father Janko del Rosario, he told me, Bro Jan, when will you invite me in your feast again? Kasi nag-enjoy siya dito. Sino dito kilala si Father Rap? Yan, naku, pag hindi niyo pakilala si Father Rap, rakan yan. And he will be here to give a very Lenten special for all of us. And then he told me, sabi niya, Jan, I cannot give the Lenten special in just one talk. So this is what he'll do. I'm preparing you para lang alam niyo. He's gonna give a whole talk divided into 2. So the first part will be given on February 27, and the second part will be given on February 28. So it's a special recollection for all of us, and I pray that the Tuesday and Wednesday feast will just gather here. Kahit buksan na natin itong mga to, para, kasi ganito na rin po karami ang Wednesday. Siksik natin dito, dyan. Sa stage pa siguro pwede. That it will be amazing, amazing, amazing. Alright? So, that's the schedule at least for January and February. Now, as you give the offering, I just want to report to you so far the sacrificial offering that I'm asking of you as well. Again, last 2016, the sacrificial offering of Feast Makati Salcedo is this. Yan. Wow, diba? Napaka-generous ng ninyo that we have, that was 2 years ago. So 25,000 pesos, almost $1 million, with only 240 envelopes. And I want to thank you really from the bottom of my heart. Marami kong nagawa yan, marami nabili, marami natulungan sa outreach ministry, may mga laptop tayong nabili, licenses and all. Now, as of 2017, this was last year, and I'm collecting until next week na lang. So far, this is what we have. Yan, so far, out of the 300 envelopes na kukuha ko from there, 81 returned na to us. Binalik na po yung 81. May, more than 200 pa na we're still waiting. But so far, I just want to report to you, this 81 envelopes, it's already this, next slide, it's already 475,000. I just pray na bumalik lang yung mga kumuha from last year and this year. And if you want to donate more, there's a booth outside for that. And marami tayong plans for it. And I pray that you be part of it. Okay? So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Alright? Now, yung binibigay ninyo ngayon, this will go to the operations today. And I just want to thank you again. For those who come for the first time, ano ba itong pinagsasabi nitong tao sa harapan? The reason why you're sitting there because the person who invited you is very generous. So I want to thank those who come for the first time. I want to thank those who brought first-timers as well. And this place. Thank you so much. Amen. Amen. Lift up our offerings, Father in heaven. Thank you so much because we have something to offer. This came from you. Bless it mightily. Bless my offering. Bless my week, Lord. This week, I've seen some of us have reports this week. Some of us have clients to deal with this week. Some of us are tired already. And Lord, I know that you will refresh us. And as I give, see my heart. Make you smile. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Give to the Lord and sing the song.